I guess it originally started with me and Jim, the drummer. He was also into hardcore and punk, and he said, now that he played drums, he found out I played guitar.
When I first went to the school, see some kid with a circle jerk shirt. First I thought it was a girl, because he had this haircut. It came like a bouffant. I don't know what it was. He said he played guitar, so I said, all right, come over to my house, let's jam.
I kind of figured that he would suck, but he got behind the drums and he was the greatest thing that I ever heard before.
2 weeks, about 4 practices that we did before we started writing our own songs, and that's how Justified Violence started.
And then we were looking for a singer, and Ron was our close friend who didn't play an instrument, so we had him sing.
We were the Justified Violence kids, we were, the Boys Town Choir we were known as. We were like the youngest kids on the scene at the time. I mean, there were others, but I think we were a band before we even started playing,
Mostly it centered around clubs in Manhattan, downtown, like CBGBs. They used to have hardcore matinees every Saturday.
In that whole scene, you had to be in a band or you were nothing. Everybody was in a band.
And just by getting to know people who went every week, becoming friends with them, we got to play with their bands.
It was one of our first shows at CB's, and I think it was with Cause for Alarm and the Psychos.
It was the greatest thing ever. It was just a great show. We played. But the thing is, the band was on the verge of everyone hating each other. Jim had joined the Agnostic Front already. They were getting ready to leave on tour like a couple of days later. We knew the band was over. Me and Jim ate mescaline just before we went on. So 2 songs into it, we were tripping out. And about 3 songs into it, I did the old stage dive with no one there.
From what I recall, somebody kind of caught his back legs, but his front went down, slammed his face on the ground.
And there was always this nail, CBGB, sticking up out of the floor. Everybody knew about it. It was there for years. It's probably still there. And Ronnie cut his nose on it. Right here, big scar he got.
The real Sid Vicious. I had blood all over my face. It was the beginning of the set. We kept playing through the whole thing.
And then took Ron to the hospital.
I had to go get stitches, tripping out in the emergency room. It was quite a night, quite a night. But I made it back to the show in time to see the Psychos play the last couple of songs. Went out, did some dancing with my face all bandaged up and shit. It was great. Everyone was like, stop him, stop him.